The RIDGEPRO is a device to help roofing professionals safely mount and dismount a ladder on steep-sloped roofs. The RIDGEPRO grips the peak of the roof before the user ever steps off the ladder. It's pushed to the peak with an extension pole. A lanyard connects the RIDGEPRO to the user's safety vest. This allows the worker to install the RIDGEPRO, then safely hoist himself onto the roof surface. The RIDGEPRO gets the worker back to the ladder on a steep-sloped roof with optimal confidence and security by keeping the worker attached to the peak as he descends down the surface while holding onto the lanyard. With its durable design and its maneuverability, the RIDGEPRO can be used repeatedly to ensure a worker never has to worry about falling when working on a steep slope surface. To get started, a pitch gauge measures the roof slope. This particular roof is a 6/12 pitch. The worker then retrieves his RIDGEPRO and an extension pole. The worker matches the pitch of the roof to the corresponding number on the RIDGEPRO's slope grid. Then, he inserts a locking hitch pin to secure the selection. A compatible extension pole is screwed into the bottom of the RIDGEPRO and is secured with a second locking pin. The worker attaches his lanyard to the RIDGEPRO's pre-installed shackle with either an underhand or an overhand clip. This time, he will be using an overhand clip. He prepares the RIDGEPRO by hanging it onto the gutter next to the ladder. Alternatively, he could hang it directly from the ladder itself. He climbs the ladder until his belt line is beside the RIDGEPRO. Then he pulls the RIDGEPRO up to the roof, keeping the wheel side down onto the surface. By extending the pole, the RIDGEPRO is pushed up the surface of the roof. The worker remains on the ladder until the pole is extended to the appropriate length. At only 7 pounds, there is minimal effort for the worker to maneuver the RIDGEPRO into place. When he reaches the peak, the worker rotates the pole, and the RIDGEPRO flips over and straddles the peak. A firm tug on the lanyard locks the RIDGEPRO into place. This worker is using a lanyard slide lock to control the length of the lanyard as he safely transitions from the ladder to the roof surface. As he ascends to the peak, he adjusts the slide lock to remove excess lanyard. At this point, he can mount a permanent safety clip into the structure and do his work. The RIDGEPRO remains on the roof peak as the worker transitions from the surface to the ladder. He rotates the extension pole to unlock the RIDGEPRO and collapses the extension pole as the RIDGEPRO rolls down the roof on its wheels. Now, the worker can place the RIDGEPRO back onto the gutter and descend down the ladder. You'll find that the steeper the slope is, the more valuable the RIDGEPRO device is to you. Let's use the RIDGEPRO on a large house with a lot of different pitches to show how it helps accomplish ladder-to-ladder safety. Step 1. Always take the time to properly install your ladder. Be sure it's level and clear of any obstructions. Ascend the secured ladder and proceed to Step 2 by measuring the surface pitch in a couple of different places so you're sure to get an accurate measurement. Step 3. Match the pitch measurement of the roof to the corresponding number on the RIDGEPRO pitch grid. This setting corresponds to the roof's 9/12 pitch. Begin to assemble the RIDGEPRO in Step 4. Screw in the extension pole Clip on your lanyard, which attaches to your harness or safety vest. Insert a locking pin or thumb screw, as shown here, to keep the pole from spinning. Now the RIDGEPRO is assembled and ready to be installed. Step 5. Move the RIDGEPRO close to your ladder by extending the pole and hanging it onto the gutter. Now install the RIDGEPRO by putting the wheel side down onto the roof surface and push it to the peak. When you reach the ridge vent, turn the pole and pull the lanyard to ensure it's gripped to both sides of the roof. Now, hold on to the lanyard as you step off the ladder and make your way to the top, being sure to keep the lanyard below the peak level, as the RIDGEPRO may come off if pulled in an upward direction. Here we see the RIDGEPRO as it should look when you reach the peak. You are now ready to mount it into the structure by screwing in 4 3/8" lag screws. The RIDGEPRO is permanently anchored and can be used as a tie-off point that will allow you to work for as long as you need. When you've completed your job, you'll need to take out the 4 lag screws in order to uninstall the RIDGEPRO. Once the screws are out, simply slide the RIDGEPRO over and use a clear silicone sealant to patch the holes. This is a standard practice for anyone who does repairs on a roof prior to descending. Now rotate the pole and the RIDGEPRO flips over. Collapse the extension pole so the RIDGEPRO rolls down the roof. Hang it onto the gutter and descend down the ladder. Order yours today at www.theridgepro.com.